welcome back. This lesson is blues phrasing in E. I think I'm going to do a couple of these. So this is the most basic one, and the real value in this is, well, I'm first of all having something to chew on that's just nice and melodic and bluesy and plays over some a typical 12-bar blues change, but also to be able to absorb how notes are phrased. In other words, just how they come out, and kind of the way you would sing something, the same concept. So anyway, let's get started on it. Now, for this, you're gonna want to check out the document, and there's also some tracks to jam along to apply this material once you learn it. So let's take the melody in pieces. Now, actually, before we even do that, let's talk a little bit about the rhythm. So this is around basically an E 12-bar blues. So you could do something along the lines of that little ditty. And the shuffle, there's a lesson on that too, the E shuffle. And just to get a feel for the chords, you might want to actually play along with the jam track as the rhythm guitarist, just to get a feel for when the chords move. Now, the melody is very simple, and it starts on, actually, if you were to play, it would start before the rhythm track starts its loop, and it's on the and beat of 3. So it's kind of like 1, 2, 3, da da da, kind of like that. 1, 2, 3 is how the feeling goes. Now, something you also want to consider is that this is a kind of a swung thing, and a lot of blues is like that, where I'm not going kind of like that. 1, 2, 3. You wanna make the notes da 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 da, kind of like you would shuffle something. That kind of feel to it, da 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 da, where the first one's always longer and the second one always leads into the next one. So da 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 da. So that kind of feel is applied to these notes. It feels better. It's a little more laid back. However you want to connect with it. Try not to overanalyze it. If you feel like you're playing too much from the mind, just let go, and try to let the ear kind of guide you on this one. So let's tackle the notes. So starting out, the first little phrase idea, and beat of 3, upbeat of 3, is 1, 2, 3, and then there's a big space, and then it's going to loop. So those notes are very simple. 12th fret, and this is built mostly around an E minor pentatonic scale. So we can go into that later too. But for now, it's the 12th fret, 2nd string, your B string. You should be getting that note. And then you're going to use your 3rd finger at the 15th fret, which should be your next dot or trapezoid inlay or whatever you have there. Skull and crossbones, I don't know. Same string, so 12th fret, 2nd string, 15th fret, and you're on your way up to the 12th fret on the highest string, and you're going to hang on that note for quite a while. In fact, I almost like to think of it with this very small 3-note phrase as if the 1st and the 2nd note are on their way up to the 3rd note. And then you hang there for a while, and if you like, you can do a little vibrato on that. 1st finger vibrato pushing upwards through the wrist. More on that later. And that little phrase idea is what fits over your E chord, the home chord of the riff. The next little piece that we have is the 12th fret on the high string, 15th fret also on the high string. Same, so 3 more pitches, but now just on the same string. So 12, 15, back to the same note at 12. So you should be getting that. Now that little lick goes over your 4 chord, which would be an A chord. So you're going to do that once, and then as the riff comes back home to the E, we do the original lick that goes over the E chord. So we do that again. So from the top, no rhythm guitar. Actually, with rhythm guitar. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Now A coming. different lick. Coming back to the E. Then up here, that's a different chord. That's a B chord. We have a different lick that fits over that. You're going to shift up, and you're going to do 17 on your B string. Should have that note. I know it's hard to see, but just listen for it and reference the tab if need be. Then you're going to jump to 15. So 17 on the second string, 15 on the high string, 17 on the high string. 3 notes, same phrasing, so exactly the same placement of the phrase. If you want a little third finger vibrato, make it feel good, then we jump down and we do the lick that goes over the A chord again. Oh, I'm sorry, that's a different lick actually. So that lick is 15 on the second string, then 12 on the high string, and then 15 on the high string. So we're working these little rectangular boxes to find our licks basically. So from the B chord, then immediately shift down to what's over the A chord, and then back to the original lick, because we're back home on the E chord again. So that whole little pass and I'll play it over the rhythm track in a sec. And then we have a little turnaround lick. I just call it that because it's over where the turnaround would be. And that is, it's kind of the most colorful part of this so far. And keep in mind that this is a very simple melody that we're going to work on and make it sound more interesting. But right now, I just want you guys to get used to the phrasing of it, when it happens, get used to anticipating when the melody happens, because you're anticipating when the chords happen. The melody is complementing the chords and their movements. So just keep that in mind, and the more that you can absorb that, the more we can handle and do complicated stuff on top of this. So it's a means to an end right now. So anyway, back to the turnaround. The turnaround is this. Finally jumping down to the third string, we have 12, and we're going to hammer from 12 with our first finger, hammer to 13 with the middle finger. So you should have that. Then we're going to jump to 12 on the B string. And then 14, first time we've hit a note at the 14th fret. 14 with the third finger on the B string as well. Landing back at 12 on the B string. A little vibrato if you wish. Kind of a rockabilly, you know, kind of sort of thing. And from there, the whole thing repeats. So I'm going to run briefly through the song once, and let's check it out. So 1, 2, 3. Now we're rocking. Shifting up. Turnaround lick. A lot of it is just using the ear. When do you hear the notes? So there you go. Play along through the jam tracks. That's going to help you quite a bit. Learn each little bit on its own and then slowly link it together. Very important to just remember when your ear is telling you you're supposed to hear that lick. A lot of it is just subconscious, absorbing it that way, and not trying to get too caught up in the learning process, if you will. Not different people learn different ways, of course, but I find it's kind of nice to go with the gut. So check it out. I hope you enjoy this, and stay tuned for the next installment, which will be building on top of this. And who knows, maybe it'll be a crazy 10-part series. So, and with some Van Halen licks. So you guys take it easy, and I'll see you soon. Peace.